somebody else to do it. But has that become our habit?
Right.
And therefore we end up with people who feel unappreciated. They approach, they're exhausted, they're burned out, because at the end of the day, their high level consciousness has created a habit routine of doing other people's work.
Yeah.
So it is very important for us to be very, very clear about the roles and keeping our people and having our people reminded of the roles. And so if I'm in a role and I find, let's just say that I'm doing work that really belongs in the sphere of your role, Mickey, but oh gosh, she missed it, so let me just do it for her.
Right.
That's great. But if that becomes the habit, what we want to do is to disrupt that process. And we want everybody functioning as a leader in that role to have the courage to keep it real and get naked with the truth, and to have the safe space that we can come back and say, hey, Mickey, every time your work flows to me, I'm finding that I'm having to continue to go back and do the same thing. And have you ever, is this skipping you? Are you aware of it? Right. And Mickey says, oh, I didn't realize I was doing that.
Yeah.
So we want to disrupt doing other people's work. We want to be a team player to get things through. But when you find that you've been doing other things that someone else should be doing, let's step up and try to stop that routine, because it may simply be the need to create awareness for someone else. And so that's when the magic happens.
That's why the I in team is so important, because every person has a role on the team.
Right.
And individually, we need to know what we're responsible for.
Yeah.
And what the expectations are of the role. And when that is shared, then the collective whole comes together. So those 3 P's are so very powerful to us. And like I say, there's so much behind the P's, but it really helps to shape the culture of the organization, which we feel strongly that culture cultivates. And if the culture is cultivating something negative, then it's time to press pause.
Yeah.
And let's reevaluate where we're going and how we plan to get there.
Right.
So that's one of the takeaways. The biggest fulfillment that we receive is when we see people excited about walking through that door of opportunity every day, knowing what they're responsible for and embraced it. And they're willing to give their best to make it happen.
Yeah.
That's when we see the 3 gears: purpose, people, and process working together, and the sound that it makes, the energy that it creates.
Yeah.
So very powerful.
Yeah.
And when you see people having fun, which is a C, F.U.N.
Fun.
Fired up now. Because the more I'm fired up, the more I'm producing, we as a collective, and the better our performance, the greater our results. It allows me to do what? Survive and succeed. I can take care of my family. I can take care of my mental health.
Yeah.
And my mindset is expanding and growing, because that's how our culture cultivates our mind.
Yeah.
So what Kandy and I, Team Outlaw, NextProgression, we get excited when people understand the 4 pillars of leadership. 4 pillars, 4 C's: courage, communication, commitment, and conviction, all connected to the base, which is confidence. So we want everybody in a role to really embrace those 4 C's. Now, 5. Your confidence grows when your courage increases.
Yeah.
When you are communicating effectively, not just verbally, but non-verbally too. Because when I disassemble it and I identify all that damage, and I set my teammate up for success, because there's no more supplement.
Yeah.
See, I'm communicating non-verbally.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That you care.
That I care.
That you understand the bigger picture.
Yeah.
You understand where your role fits.
So
you're willing to, you have the courage to ask questions if you don't know. You may go to a seasoned veteran to say, how did you know to check behind that part?
Right.
Yeah.
So
I love it. So let's bring it in, because I feel like we're giving me. Who am I talking about? Them giving me so much to think about, and it all makes complete sense, and it's a beautiful thing when it all works together, right? It's so beautiful, and then we look at it from a business perspective, and then you look at the money, because when something's working right and it's efficient and people are feeling good and they're bought in, the natural outcome is a good income, good profit, right?
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah.
So for shops that are out there that are listening and thinking, I love this, I need somebody to come and help my shop, because I know that the culture is not what I want it to be. I know I've got some disconnects. I don't have the buy-in that I wish I had. And everything that Kandy and Outlaw are talking about right now, I feel like I need. What would be the process for them? Is it something that you guys can coach and do one-on-one for shops? I know you used to have groups where a lot of shop owners would come together. So what are your offerings so that they know how they can take advantage?
Excellent. Great question. And thanks for asking that.
You're welcome.
Right. So it's so exciting. We are NextProgression. And one of the things that we haven't done is given the definition of NextProgression, which is having a clear vision of the future with a keen focus in the present. Mm-hmm. So without knowing where we want to go, we can be keenly focused, but everybody's going all in different directions. So
totally.
How you work with us is we have virtual and we have live, but
we
first starts
live.
With
we prefer live.
Yeah.
Whole team approach, which has been a challenge for most people because it's a mind shift.
Yeah.
You're saying I have to shut down for 2 days? Yes. And after the 2-day experience, we so passionate and deeply care that each member of the team will have a better understanding of their role, responsibilities, expectations, the purpose behind every step they make and take, and the vision for what the future looks like. We want to do that in a collective space.
Yeah.
Not one or two people, and then they struggle trying to get their people's attention.
Right.
We've been conditioned. I'm not bragging, I'm just keeping it real. Yeah. We've been working on this for the last 35 years. We get excited when we see people who are not connected because we know what it takes to bring people together for a shared purpose. That's one of the P's.
Yeah.
People and purpose connected to the process and every step in it, where they take ownership in it. So again, you got me so fired up through that question. We love in-person workshops, but COVID taught us that we have to do something on a smaller scale. And now we're breaking them down into, now you're in California, so they know Chick-fil-A, right?
No, we got Chick-fil-A.
There's a Chick-fil-A out there in California.
Love my Chick-fil-A.
Yeah, okay. So we like to now take the 2-day experience and break it down into bite-sized pieces where they don't exceed 90 minutes.
Oh, okay.
So we have a series over an expanded period of time.
Okay.
And that gives the team members time to digest for the next experience. So we've made some adjustments in our offering, but the most effective is live.
Right.
First of all, it starts with a phone call. Contact us. Our website is www.nextprogression.com. You can hit the contact us.
Okay.
I'll give you the link where there's a quick link where you can click to subscribe and be on a mailing list for updates as we release, because these micro learnings that we will have will include series of challenges, personal challenges. They will be some online content for individuals that do want to take this awareness thing of self so that they really can have a much keener perspective of who I am, that I can be the true professional in that role, and what strategies can I implement in order to up-level my skill building process.
Yeah.
And so we'll have those micro learnings as well as the 90-minute segments for that a group can go
for
through.
the team. Yeah. Very cool. Yeah. Having been a shop owner, I know what I want for my team. I know what I want for my shop, but sometimes you just can't get it all to fit quite right. And oftentimes we own our business, but we're working in our business. So then we don't have the time or the capacity sometimes to even look at it through a different lens because we're so in it, that it's nice to have people like you that can come in and go, I got you. I got you. I see it. I can identify things real quickly that would be very difficult for you to see. And even if you could see them, you're not quite sure what to do with them anyway.
Yes. Yes.
Well,
you summarize the experience succinctly and perfectly, because that is a part of what happens. We don't have the magnitude of all that an owner is dealing with.
Right.
Nor do we have we don't have the org chart relationship between the people in the room. We've been along the industry in its change. So we know what individuals have dealt with and what shifts they've had to make. And we can explain the big picture of why that's important. But we also have the ability, as we engage and we're preparing to come in, we have these dialogues with, what are our goals? What are we looking to do? We have our curriculum. But what we do is we take what the owner is really, truly looking to achieve. And at times it may be that they really don't have that clear vision per se.
Right.
But whatever it is, we can intertwine that in the material that we are sharing and conveying. And that's what happens. It takes the know-how or the ability to do it off the shoulders of someone who's working in the business. And what we've many times found is things that they weren't, talent that they weren't even thinking of or didn't even realize was in the room, rises up. Yeah. So we like to think that, our ideal client are those that value investing in their human capital to create people equity so that they can grow to the next progression.
It's such great information. And I'm sure you're making light bulbs go on all over the place right now of, ooh, we could do better here. Ooh, we could do better there. And if we can even adjust the perspective a little bit, hey, let's do it. Let's do it. So if you're watching right now, if you're listening right now, all of the links to get a hold of Team Outlaw are in the description. They would love for you to reach out with any questions. They're such great people, the both of them together. You can see how passionate they are. They love the industry and they really want to help. Their heart is to help, which is what drew me to them in the first place, the first conversation we had together. Super excited to have them on. Thank you guys again, and stay tuned for the next episode of Body Bangin'. Bye.
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 Thank you.
If you enjoyed today's show, make sure you hit the subscribe button. We have some incredible topics and guests coming your way you will not want to miss. If you are watching on YouTube and don't want to miss the latest and greatest, you'll want to hit the bell after subscribing, so you will get a pop-up each time a video podcast goes live. To our devoted fans, would you mind paying it forward and sharing this little gem with someone else you think may benefit from it? Much love from all of us here at Body Bangin', all things auto body.